today's lecture on birth and death chain. So it is on several Markov chain. Now this important Markov chain is birth and death chain. Now state space is say 0, 1 up to D, or maybe infinite 0, 1, 2 dot dot. So non-negative integer. In that case, we put D equal to D equal to infinity means it does not mean that 0, 1 dot dot up to infinity. Infinity is not a number. So remember, it's just a notation. We write 0, 1 dot dot D. D if D is infinity, we take actually all non-negative integers. Now transition function is probability from x to y is qx is y equal to x minus 1, that is one depth. Rx, it is no depth, no birth, so y equal to x, and y is equal to x plus 1, it is px, so it is 1 bar. Now obviously px plus rx plus qx, that must be 1, and for all x, it is for all x belongs to the straight space, and obviously our px and our qx taken as positive. Rx may be 0, in special case Rx may be 0, but qx and px taken as positive if D is finite. No, if D is infinite, we can. If D is finite, then we have to take that the last thing that if D, x equal to D, it can't go to the D plus 1. So in that case, so if it is 0, then it can't be minus 1. So this Q0 is 0. Q0 must be 0, and for D finite, P0 is the PD is 0. If it is 0 up to dot 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 that non-negative integers, then we take q0 is 0. Q0 is 0 means from 0 to it can't go to the minus 1. So it is always there. So whatever D is finite or infinite, and D is finite case that PD must be 0. Otherwise, it can go from D to D plus 1. That's why PD is 0. Now for if I take two state, that is AB from in the state belongs to state space and A less than B, then we set we define let ux is equal to px, the probability starting at x that heating time at A less than heating time at B. So it starts from x, it may goes to the B, it may goes to the A. So heating time of A is less than heating time of B. What is the probability? That means you say A is say 5, you have 5 rupees, and B is 10, and you start with say 7 rupees. So you have you start with 7 rupees, x equal to 7, and you want to find you want to know what is the probability that I got I will be in 5 rupees before I will be in 10 rupees. So you just decide that if I have 5 rupees I will quit, or if I have 10 rupees I quit. That is, you want to you are interested to know what is the probability that heating time of A is less than B. That means it hit fast. Hit fast at 5. What is the probability of that? So that is the heating time of A less than heating time of B. It starts with x. Obviously, if start x is less than A, then always the heating time of A less than heating time of B. And if x is greater than B, then heating time of B that always less than heating time of A. So it is interesting if x is between A and B. Okay, so that is that probability we set as just qx. We put that probability as qx, and we have to find what is qx. Now, what is ua? Ua is just 1, because what is ua? X equal to A. So x equal to A means it is start from A and hit at A. So that is hitting time of A must be less than the heating time of B. So that's it. Probability must be 1, and obviously the other way, it is start from B, then it must be 0. So heating time of T always greater than, for every case it is greater than heating time of B. Now what is heating time of U? Y. If start from Y, and then it is just Qy. U, there is a recursion relation. U y minus 1 plus Ry Uy plus Py, that is Py small p, Py U y plus 1. Why this is so? So if you start from Y, and in the next step you go to in the Y, that is the probability Ry, and again the heating time is the heating time of T A less than heating time of B is Uy. So the Ry into Uy in that case. Now, condition of that, is first step it goes to the Y plus 1. Now it is, since it is goes to the Y plus 1, what is the probability of that? That is Py. So go to the next step, go to the from start from Y, and go to, in the next step you go to the Y. First start from Y, it can go to the Y plus 1 in the next step, or Y minus 1, or in the Y. So in the Y it is just U, probability is Ry with that heating time of A less than heating time of B, that is Uy. So product of that is a conditional probability. So conditional into that probability. Now if you go to the U plus Y plus 1, then what is the probability of heating time at A less than B? Once we start from Y plus 1, that is Uy plus 1. That is the by definition. I said we said that Ux is that. Now to go Y from Y to Y plus 1 is just Py. Similarly, Qy U into Y minus 1. So there is a recursion relation of Uy with this Qy, Ry, and Py. Remember, we know the what is Qy, Py, and Ry, but we don't know what is Uy. We want to find Uy. We have to find Uy. Right? That's why you find the recursion relation. So what is Uy plus 1 minus Uy? What is that? Obviously, that you have to take Y as from it. Now, what is this? What will be the Uy plus 1 minus Uy? So, what is that? It will be just, you can check it, that it will be Qy by Py into Uy minus Uy minus 1. For all y in AB, between AB. So why this is so? So why this is so? Uy plus 1 minus Uy. What is that? You have to eliminate that Ry actually. How do you eliminate that Ry? What is U? Uy plus 1 minus Uy. What is that? It is minus Uy minus 1 minus Ry Uy minus 1. Take that side. Then that will be Py is this. So no. So just check it. This is you have to manipulate these things. So you just check it whether it is check it. Now, so Now set gamma 0 is equal to 1 and gamma y as q1 into q2 into dot 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 qy by p1 into p2 into dot 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 py. That is y belongs in 0 to d. So just put gamma y equal to this. Now whatever. Then uy plus 1 minus uy is equal to gamma y by gamma a. Right? It is u a plus 1 minus, this is a recursion relation, right? So this is easy, you can easily find that because gamma y plus uy plus 1 minus uy is just qy by py into that, and again you just write uy minus y minus 1 as qy minus 1 by py minus 1 into uy minus 1 minus uy minus 2, right? So what is how do you get this? Just write uy minus 1, sorry, y plus 1 minus uy divided by uy minus uy minus 1. This is as qy by py. Now yes, similarly you just write uy minus uy minus 1 by uy minus 1 minus uy minus 2, put y equal to y minus 1, y minus 2, and you will get qy minus 1 py minus 1. Similarly you just write up to uh, you write that u a plus 1 minus ua a plus 2, ua plus 1 divided by ua plus 1 minus ua, what will be that? This will be, if it is y then it is y, so it will be qy a plus 1 by pa plus 1. So you just multiply all this, and once you multiply all this, what you get? You will get uy plus 1 minus uy divided by ua plus 1 minus ua, and if you multiply all this thing, you will get qy starting from qy up to qa plus 1, and this is py up to py plus a plus 1. Now what is this? This is actually gamma. What is gamma y? It is qy dot 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 up to qy a plus 1, then qa dot 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 q1, and py dot 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 pa plus 1, then pa dot 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 p1, and you have to multiply to that pa up to dot 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 p1, and then qa up to dot 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 q1. Now this is your gamma y, and this is your 1 by gamma. This is gamma y, this product divided by, that will be gamma a. So we have this result. So we have this result with using that recursion relation. We got this result. Now what happened? Now if we just take the sum, we take the sum of uy plus 1 minus uy. You take the sum for y equal to a to b minus 1. Then what happened? Everything will be cancelled out and only two term will remain. So in that case, here also it is gamma summation over gamma is summation over y equal to a to b minus 1 in the right side, that is gamma y divided by gamma a. Gamma a is the constant, and it is just u a plus 1, that is also constant, sum only on y over y. So now what happened? Everything will be cancelled out, and only thing will remain is just that b plus 1. So if you put b plus 1, so ub minus, to start from a, what, everything will cancel out, what will be remain? It's starting from y u a plus 1 minus ua, so it is ub minus ua. ub minus ua. So is equal to what happened? That somewhere gamma y to b minus 1 to y equal to by gamma a into that u a plus 1 minus ua. Right? So then next what? Is it gamma b ub minus ua into this what is u? ub is what? ub is 0, right, and ua is 1. So here ub is 0 and ua is 1. It is just 1. So it is just 1. So this left hand side is 1. Therefore what happened? Therefore ua plus 1 minus ua is equal to gamma a by sum over gamma y equal to a to b minus 1. So remember that ub is equal to 1 and ua equal to 0. That left hand side is 1. So we have this. Now this is true for any a actually. So you can just replace that a by any number y, say. So it is just you just replaced by that no, don't replace. We just have we have this thing. Don't replace. We have this result. Remember we have this thing that uy minus 1 by uy plus 1 minus uy by a plus 1 minus ua is gamma y minus gamma a. You have to use that. So if you use this result here, so we have this thing. We just replace here. So we replace this in this equation here, gamma a plus 1 minus gamma a. What will be the then equation will be the equation will be then gamma that u y plus 1 minus uy divided by that u part is actually gamma a by sum over gamma y, and right hand side is you replace that in denominator this gamma, right hand side is gamma y by gamma a. So gamma y by gamma a cancel out, and this will give uy plus 1 oh that is the one no, that is the one minus sign will be there, no, this we have this one u okay we got ua minus this is ua minus ub is 0, sorry, here ub is 0, no, ub is right, ub is 0 and ua is 1, so that is minus 1 actually, sorry, that is not 1, that is minus 1, so this is minus 1. So So this is -1. This is actually -1. So that means you have to take this ua minus ua plus 1. So you have to just take multiply by -1. So that means your uy minus uy plus 1 is actually equal to that gamma y by sum over gamma y equal to a from a to b minus 1. So this is we have this recursion relation, and using the recursion we find that ua minus y minus 1 is this. Now then what is ux? Yes, again you just write uy minus uy plus 1. This is recursion relation again, sum over this, and then put just y say y minus 1, then y again you will get some y minus 1 and right up to x and then add. Then what happens? Right up to x and then add, everything will be cancelled out and it will be end with that ux will be the denominator will be same for every term. So the denominator will be from y equal to a to b minus 1 gamma y, but numerator it is from x up to x. We just write up to x. So up to that from x to b minus 1. Just start from b minus 1 and just start from replace that from started from b minus 1. It is ub minus ub plus sorry b minus 1 to ub. You start from b minus 1 and then next one is, remember that ub is 0. Next one is ub minus 1 ub minus 2 minus ub minus 1 order up to it is ux minus ux minus or x plus 1. That is the last one. So that is gamma. That is not y. That is that will be what? This will be b minus 1. This is b minus 1. This is b minus 2. And that will be gamma x. The sum over gamma. So it will be up to from x to b minus 1 gamma y. So everything cancelled. Remember that uv is 0. uv is 0. So in that recursion relation, we find ux is that value, that sum over gamma y from y equal to x to b minus 1 divided by sum over gamma y, that y equal to a to b minus 1. That is our ux. What is our heating time starting from x? Heating time of a is less than heating time of b, is ultimately we find this value, that sum over some gamma y again sum over gamma y and y equal to a to b minus 1. It is just x to b minus 1. Remember, a is now in x is between a and b. Now, what is heating time will be? What will be the probability of starting from x? Heating time of b is less than heating time of a. What is that? It is similarly, we can find that this will be again a is x is between a and b. Remember, so it is it will be same. The denominator will be same. Gamma y b minus 1 y equal to a to b minus 1, but the numerator will be different. It is from what y equal to x from starting from x to, sorry, starting from a, not from x, it is starting from a to x minus 1. If we add this to, then it will not 1. If we add this to, then one thing is left out, that heating time of TA equal to heating time TB, that is 1. So we get heating time of TA is must be equal to TB. That will be the rest thing, that gamma x. So gamma x is not here. Gamma x is, no, gamma x we include gamma x. Oh, we, that is 1. But what is that? Oh, heating time cannot be equal in both cases, right? That is 0. Correct. Heating time cannot be equal. Heating time of A equal to heating time cannot be equal, because A and B are two different. Heating time can be equal. So this part is 0. So that if we add this to, that must be 1, and yes, that is 1. Because in denominator it starts from the every gamma y start from summation start from A to B minus 1. For heating time of B less than heating time of A is A from x minus 1, and that is from x to B minus 1. So that sum is 1, right? And your heating time is 0, and that heating equal must be 0. So we have this. Now we consider a birth and death chain on, say, non-negative integers, say natural numbers union 0, and which is irreducible. Consider which is irreducible. That is, your px is positive. Px is positive. Your px is positive, irreducible. Every state leads to the every state. Px 0 and for all x greater than equal 0, and qx also 0, positive for all x greater than equal to 1. For x equal to 0, qx is 0. Now every if px and qx all are positive, that means every state leads to the another state. So that is irreducible. Now consider a chain starting at 1. You start from 1, say x0 equal to 1. So consider a chain starting from state 1. Then what happens? Now T1 is 1 actually. Now what is T2? T2 must be greater than equal to 1. T3 must be bigger than that. So heating time at 2 and heating time at 3 must be bigger than heating time at 2, because it will start from 1. Okay. You have to go in 3 passing through 2, because it's from 1 it can't be go to 3, because it's either one step right or one step left. So start from 1, you can go to the 0, you can stay there, or you can go to the 2, but you can't go to the 3 before going 2. That's why heating time of 3 is bigger than heating, strictly greater than heating time of 3, and dot, 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 so on, so on. And heating time of 2 cannot be 0, because it start from 1. So heating time of 2 at 2 must be greater than equal to 1. Now heating time of 0, so this, now this forms an so this heating time forms an increasing sequence. So forms a non-decreasing sequence. Sequence of events. So heating time of 0 less than heating time of n, which forms a non-decreasing sequence, because heating time of 0 less than heating time of n must be less than that probability must be less than heating time of 0 less than the heating time of n plus 1. So that event, so it is event T0 less than Tn. That probability may not be 1, but this is the event, and that probability, that not the probability, that actually the set is actually just this one is a non-decreasing, so it is an increasing sequence. That means this set is a subset of T0 less than Tn plus 1. So non-decreasing sequence for all. So if heating time of 0 is less than heating time of Tn, that then it must be true that heating time of 0 is less than heating time of of n plus 1, because heating time of n plus 1 is greater than heating time of n. So once it is heating time of n is bigger than heating time of 0, that means that implies heating time of at n plus 1 is bigger than heating time of at 0. So that's why it's a subset. That left hand side is a subset. So it is a non-decreasing sequence of event. Now we take the probability of this event. So take the limit n tends to infinity. That probability start from 1. So the p1 means we start from 1. That x is equal to 1. So t0 less than tn. That is nothing but is a, since it is a non-decreasing sequence, it is an increasing sequence. That's union over all this. That means we know that if it's a increasing sequence or non-decreasing sequence, the limit of the event is, or limit of the set is just union of all this set. What is the union of all this set means? Union of all this set means this probability is starting from 1 and t0 less than tn for some n. So it is, since it is if it is the intersection, then for all n, and since it is union, so at least for at least one n for some n. For some n, t0 is less than tn. That is the limiting event for some n greater than 1. Now, therefore, what happened? What we get? We get that the thing that tn is greater than or equal to n. Why tn is greater than or equal to n? Remember that t2 is greater than or equal to 1 and t3 is strictly greater than 2. So why it is greater than or equal to 1? Greater than or equal to n minus 1 basically. That should be greater than or equal to n minus 1. Right? T2 is greater than or equal to 1. T3 is strictly greater than T2. That means if T2 is 1, T3 cannot be less than 2. It is the least value of T3 is 2. Similarly, the least possible value of T4 is 3. So least possible value of Tn is n minus 1. So that should be n minus 1. It's not n. Now, what is the limit of that? That set. That heating time, that random variable. So the limit n tends to infinity. That random variable heating time is infinity. Therefore, what happened? Therefore, limit n tends to infinity. That probability, that limiting probability of the t0 less than tn, that probability start from 1 and heating time or 0 less than strictly less than heating time n, that is equal to p1 t0 less than infinity. So because tn goes to infinity. So therefore, for start from 1, the probability of heating time is less than infinity is 1 minus, but already I got this. What is the heating time? That will be 1 minus 1 by, what will be the heating time will be infinity? That will be 1 by sum over gamma y equal to 0 to infinity. and that is 1 minus that. So it will complement. So we got this result that heating time of start from 1 and heating time at heating time of 0 is finite. That probability is 1 minus that 1 by that sum over gamma of that 0 to infinity gamma y. Now we are we know what is the different probability of heating time, probability of the different heating time. Now, with if the chain is recurrent, now we are going to the recurrent or transient chain. If the chain is recurrent, then what happens? Then we know then that heating time of is 0 must be 1. That finite, that every state is a recurrent, that the chain is recurrent, that means every state is recurrent. That means if 0 is a recurrent state, and we know some state is recurrent state, then that means the heating time will be finite. That probability is 1. So this probability is 1. And what is actually mean this probability is 1? That means that your denominator must be the infinity. Otherwise, it can't be 1. That actually the infinity means that series is diverge. That implies actually this series diverge. That y equal to 0 to infinity, gamma y, that must be infinity. That must be infinity means it is not infinity is a number. It is like a divergence sequence. The series. It is not a convergence series. It is divergence series. That must be divergence. If it is not a divergence series, it is a convergence series. Then that value, that somewhere y equal to 0 to infinity gamma y, that is some finite number. And then in that case, that probability will be strictly less than 1. In that case, that chain cannot be recurrent. So in the other way, this is the one way. And the other way, if we have that that series is conversely, if we take, so conversely, if we take that this let conversely let your that this series y equal to 0 to infinity gamma y, this is infinite. If you take that series as divergence series, then what we get? Then similarly we get that starting from 1, this is 0. The heating time 0 is 1. Now, if you start from 0, what happens? If you start from 0 and heating time is infinite, what is this? This is you start from 0 and go to the 0, and then heating time is 1, so the probability is 1. Then plus start from 0, go to the 1, and then start from 1, you go heating time of at you come back to 0. That probability is actually this probability. So this is again 1. This is again 1, because this probability of start from this is 1. We assume that this is 1. We assume this part is 1. So this is nothing but just probability of 0 to 0 plus 0 to 1, and that is 1. Because from 0 to it can't go to the minus 1. So probability from start from 0 go to the 0 plus probability of start from 0 to the 1, that must be 1. So this is 1. So that means it is recurrent. Therefore 0 is a recurrent. Therefore 0 is a recurrent state. Recurrent state. And since 0 is a recurrent state and every state 0 leads to the every state, therefore the every state is recurrent. That means therefore the whole Markov chain is recurrent. So chain is recurrent. Chain is recurrent. So what we actually proved? We proved that this result. We proved this theorem actually. What we actually proved, and irreducible. So we assume that is irreducible. So every state leads to every state. So 0 leads to the every state. So once I prove for a irreducible state, if you prove that one state is recurrent, then every state is recurrent. So for an irreducible chain, if we assume that this is irreducible, may not be irreducible birth and death chain. That means your every px and qx, other than the special case that p0 and that qd, or the other ways qpd and the q0, and the birth and death chain on this state 0 1 2 is recurrent. What you prove actually is recurrent if and only if that series that y equal to 1 to infinity, that series of gamma y, that is diverge, And what is gamma y? Remember that gamma is nothing but y q1 into q2 dot qy divided by p1 into p2 into py. That must be, that series must be infinite. That is must be called divergent series. If this series is divergent, then this is a recurrent state. This chain is recurrent, and if it is not convergence series, then it is a transient. So not recurrent. Now once every is this one state is not recurrent, then every state is not recurrent. So this proved the important result that for the Barton Date chain, if this series is diverged, then it's a recurrent state, recurrence, if and only recurrent chain. Now it will be very clear if we take a one example. Just take a simple example. Say a gambler playing a router. You know what is called roulette. That is a you know that that's a circle thing, and there is a ball, and you just rotate that thing, and you say it will be 5 or casino. This type of thing is there. You know there is this type of thing. Some numbering in there, and some small ball will be just rotated. Is everything, and then some numbering is there. So that makes a series of a gambler, which is makes a series of bets, series of 1 rupee bet. So each bet is a 1 rupee, and that is a bath and death chain. Obviously, with Rx equal to 0 here, because always you win 1 rupee or you lose 1 rupee. So it is a bet of 1 rupee, 1 rupee bets. And winning probability, say your winning probability, say 9 by 19, and losing probability is slightly bigger. Say it is just an example. Losing probability is say 10 by 19, and no, there is no Rx is 0. Now you decide that gambler decide he quit either 25 rupees, either win 25 rupees, either winning 25. We win 25 rupees, we quit. It start with say 10 rupees, or lose 10 rupees. So start with say 10 rupees. Start with 10 rupees, and if you loss of everything, you quit. If you win 24 5 rupees, so that means 35 rupees. You got 35, then you quit. It may not be at 10 rupees, may have 20 rupees, but you decide that if I lose 10 rupees, I quit. So that means you just take a xn as a random variable, denotes let xn your denotes the capital at time t, at time n. So this is the Barton Dale chain. So this is random variable xn. Now x0 is 10. It may be 50, but assuming 10 is better. Now state space is actually 0 and 35, and 35 and 0 is all absorbing state. Decide if it is 0, you quit, and 35 also quit. Now what is px? Px is here is just 9 by 19, and qx is just 10 by 19 for all x 35. Because at 35, p35 is what? The p35? No. What is p35? P35 means at p35. P35 is 0. Absorbance. P35, Q35 both are 0. And P0, Q0 both are 0. So these are absorbing state. Right? Now in previous thing, we just what is the value of A in the previous This is now here is A is 0 and X is 10. You start from 0 and B is your 35. In the previous result, in between 0 and 35, you start at 10. Now, what is the probability of starting from 10? What will the probability win? It's less than. You just quit as a loser. That is the hitting time of 35 is less than hitting time of 0. So you may want to find what is my I quit. Sorry, as a winner. My hitting time is 35. That means hitting time of 35 less than hitting time of 0. That means I reach 35 before reach at 0. That means I quit the game as a winner, as a take 35 rupees. And I want to find what is the probability of that. What is the probability that I go home with 35 rupees? There is two possibility. I go home with 35 rupees or 0 rupees, because I decided that. Now, what is the probability I go home with the 35 rupees? Clearly, that must be small. It should be less than half, because it is 10 is the first of all 10 is very close to 0 rather than 35. Number one. Number two, the winning probability is slightly less. So obviously, it should be very low probability, and just try to calculate that. We know the what is the probability, that we know that it's just divide this, what is the numerator and what is the denominator. Everything it is just 10 by 9 whole to the power y, because your all that is a qx thing, that product, that q1 q2 q3 everything is here. It is, remember that q1 q2 q3 all are 10 by 19 9. So what is qx by px by qx? That is now qx by qx by px is 10 by 9. That sum qx by px, and you have to product q1 q2 dot qy p1 p2 py. That will be the 10 by 19 10 by 9 10 by 9 y times, because all are same. Now this sum will be from 0 to 9, because it is from 0 to a to x minus 1, and here it is 0 to all the 34, 10 by 19. That will be the probability, and that so it should be very at least less than half, because it is clear that winning of a 1 rupee is slightly less probability. And not only that, you are far from the 35 and you are just very close to 0, and that is just calculated by GP, geometric progression. The sum of GP is just this minus 1 divided by 10 by 9 whole to the power 35 minus 1, and that will just calculate very approximately. It is just 0.047. It is very low actually. It's just 5% chance of that. You will go home with 35. That is a 5% chance, and 95 more than 95.5% chance is you go home with 0 rupees. So what is your expected loss? Your expected loss will be something 8.36. At 10 you start with 10 rupees, and your expected loss is 8.36 rupees approximately. So with probability 0.047, you will get 35 rupees, and with probability 0.953 you will get 0 rupees. So what is the expectation? You just calculate the expectation, and your expectation will be just 8.36, like approximately. One more example, and this is slightly obvious because you are far from 35 but very close to 0. Again, your winning probability is less than your losing probability, so it should be like that, but it is very small, remember. Now there is one more example. So take that state space as 0 1 2 dot dot dot, dot all non-negative integers, and the px is like that. Now in the previous example we take px as a constant thing. Now px is not a constant thing. Px is like that, say x by 2 plus 2x by 2, x by 2 x plus 2 by 2x plus 2, and qx, take qx is just an arbitrary example, x by 2 into x plus 1. So if we add this, that must be 1. So rx equal to 0 for all x positive. Now what is your qx by px? That is x by x plus 2. This is the ratio. And what is your gamma x? Gamma x is up to the product of all these things. So in previous case, the product of the same number. Now it is a product of, say, first thing is 1 by 3, then 2 by 3, 2 by 4. So it is 1, 2, dot, 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 up to x. And here it is just start from 3, 1 by 3, 2 by 3, 2 by 4, and up to x plus 2. So this everything will cancel out, and you will get what you get 1 into 2 divided by x into x plus 1. And if you take the partial fraction of that, you will get it is 2 into 1 minus 1 by 1 plus x minus 1 by x plus 2. 1 by x plus 1 minus 1 by x plus 2. Take the partial fraction of that. And what will be the sum over that? So sum over gamma x is, you know that sum over gamma x equal to 1 to infinity, that will be 1. Everything will cancel out, and you will get 1, just left with the 1. That means it is a finite. So since it is finite, the state is transient. So the chain is transient chain. It can't be recurrent because your series is just, it is just an arbitrary example. You can take any other thing, but you should take such a thing that the product must be a simple number. Otherwise, you have to manipulate, or you have to take a computer program to find gamma x or sum over gamma x. This is just an arbitrary example, suitable example to just show this thing when this chain is transient. So that's for Barth and Deb chain. Next video will show the stationary distribution of Barth and Deb chain.